When someone gives up alcohol for even 30 days, an extraordinary shift begins to unfold within both body and mind. The changes may not all be pleasant at first, but they are powerful, and each one tells a story of recovery in motion. Imagine it like stepping out of a fog that you didn't even realize you were living in. The world starts to look sharper, but the first few steps can feel uncertain. This isn't a smooth highway. It's more like a winding road that tests your patience before revealing the view. The first week without alcohol can be confusing. Your body has been used to a particular rhythm, a certain chemical pattern, and when you suddenly take away the substance that distorted that balance for so long, your system doesn't know what to do. You might wake up tired, even after sleeping, or find yourself restless in moments when you used to feel calm. Concentration may drift, and a sense of unease can appear out of nowhere. It's not that you miss the drink itself. It's more like your brain and body are searching for an equilibrium they forgot how to maintain naturally. That hollow sensation, that itch you can't name, is simply your nervous system learning to stand on its own again. This stage is not the time to panic or feel defeated. In fact, those uncomfortable sensations are proof that your body is finally recalibrating. Think of it as the sound of gears turning again after years of being jammed. It can be tempting to judge yourself for feeling moody or foggy, but this is a necessary bridge. It's the detox period where your inner chemistry begins to clear out the residue of what alcohol left behind. Some people feel anxious. Others find themselves unusually emotional. Both are normal. What matters most is that you treat those waves as signals of progress, not problems. As the first few nights pass, another unexpected thing may happen. Your sleep becomes unpredictable. Many people notice they can't drift off easily, or they wake up suddenly in the middle of the night, staring at the ceiling. This can be confusing, especially if you used to fall asleep quickly after a few drinks. The truth is, alcohol never truly helped you rest. It only sedated you. Real rest, the kind that restores the brain and body, happens when the mind can cycle through deep and dream phases freely, and alcohol interferes with that. Now that your brain is learning how to sleep naturally again, it's clumsy at first. It's like teaching yourself how to walk after a long time in bed. Those nights of tossing and turning might make you doubt your decision. But the temporary discomfort is building something remarkable. Genuine, restorative rest. In a few short weeks, sleep will feel like it never has before. Deeper, calmer, and more satisfying. You'll wake up clear instead of heavy, hydrated instead of parched. This stage just takes patience. It's your body's way of reminding you that recovery isn't instant. It's earned night by night. Alongside restless sleep, cravings begin to surface. But these cravings aren't always for alcohol. They often shift to other sources of quick satisfaction. You might find yourself glued to your phone, scrolling endlessly. Or maybe you suddenly crave sugary snacks or spend hours binge-watching shows. These urges are your brain's way of trying to replace the dopamine hit that alcohol used to supply. When you remove a chemical shortcut to pleasure, your system goes looking for other ways to fill that gap. In those first days, be gentle with yourself. If you eat a bit more dessert than usual or waste some time watching mindless videos, it's fine. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. You're rewiring your reward system, and that takes compassion. Over time, the cravings calm down as your brain rediscovers joy in ordinary experiences again. A walk in fresh air, a meaningful conversation, a good meal. Each small, natural pleasure you allow yourself becomes a step toward balance. As this first week continues, another strange thing happens. You might temporarily forget why you even started this journey. Everywhere you look, the world seems drenched in alcohol imagery. Commercials, social events, even television scenes where everyone's holding a glass. It's so normalized that it can make you wonder if quitting even matters. Those thoughts are traps laid by conditioning, not truth. The best thing you can do is remind yourself, visibly in writing, of why you chose to stop. Write down the reasons. Keep that list where you can see it. When temptation whispers, you'll have proof in your own handwriting that you made this choice for something far more valuable than a temporary buzz. And then, somewhere near the end of that first week, clarity begins to peek through. The haze that's been hanging over your mind starts to thin. You begin noticing details you hadn't seen in a while. The way the morning light feels, the steadiness of your own breathing, the simple fact that you woke up without regret. For many people, this is the first taste of mental freedom. It's subtle, but it's unforgettable. It's like your thoughts finally have room to move again. By the time you step into the second week, a quiet energy returns. You might wake up one morning and realize you didn't have to drag yourself out of bed. Your limbs feel lighter. Food tastes better. Even your face in the mirror looks a little different, less swollen, more alive. Inside, organs that have been strained for years begin to heal. The liver starts to clear out stored fat, the heart relaxes, and blood pressure starts to steady. It's as if every cell in your body breathes a sigh of relief, whispering, "Finally." With this newfound energy often comes a surprising calm. The mood swings of week one start to settle, though sometimes anxiety may briefly flare. This happens because alcohol numbs anxiety. Without it, the suppressed emotions have space to surface. But it's temporary. Every moment you face anxiety without numbing it is a victory, because you're teaching your mind that it doesn't need a chemical to feel safe anymore. Around this time, your sleep begins to stabilize. Falling asleep becomes easier, and when you wake, you feel genuinely rested. Dreams return, sometimes vivid, sometimes strange. Some people even dream about drinking, a sign that the brain is processing what it's letting go of. But when you wake up sober, it's like breathing clean air after years underground. That clarity keeps growing, layer by layer, until you realize your baseline has changed. And that's when confidence starts to bloom. The fog lifts completely for the first time in years, and a simple thought crosses your mind. I can do this. The cravings fade. The constant negotiation in your head begins to quiet down. You can focus again. You start to remember things more easily. The mirror shows subtle changes, less puffiness, more definition. And people around you may even comment that you look brighter, more awake. These are not coincidences. They are your body's way of saying thank you. As this second week closes, you realize you've crossed an invisible threshold. What once felt like a punishment, living without alcohol, now feels like liberation. You begin to see that what you thought was comfort was actually a cage. And each day you remain free from that cage, your strength compounds. The small victories, the full night's sleep, the calm morning coffee, the laughter you actually remember, become fuel. You start to understand that the journey isn't about deprivation. It's about reclaiming life one clear moment at a time. By the start of the third week, something remarkable begins to happen. You don't just feel clearer, you feel alive in a way you haven't for years. The fog that once hovered behind your eyes has lifted, replaced by a steady calm. Mornings feel brighter, not because of caffeine or adrenaline, but because your body finally remembers how to wake up naturally. The ups and downs that used to control your mood begin to fade, replaced by balance. For the first time in a long time, you're not surviving the day. You're living it. Energy comes easier now. The heavy fatigue that used to press on your shoulders has loosened its grip. Getting out of bed doesn't feel like a battle anymore. You start wanting to move, stretch, walk, maybe even exercise. It's not about chasing perfection. It's about reconnecting with your body. Each movement feels like a quiet celebration of control reclaimed. For some, that first jog or gym session becomes a symbol, a declaration that life is back in motion. Alongside this physical revival comes a subtle but profound emotional stability. You no longer wake up dreading what you might have said or done the night before. The guilt, the regret, the self-questioning, they begin to lose their power. A calm confidence takes their place. You realize that your mind can be your ally again, not your enemy. The anxiety that used to creep in has softened. It's not gone entirely. Anxiety never disappears overnight. But it's manageable now. You've built evidence that you can handle life's challenges without needing to blur them away. This new steadiness spills into your relationships. People notice the difference. Friends might comment on your energy, your clarity, even your skin. Maybe someone close to you says you seem happier, or that you're easier to talk to. That's not just their imagination. When your brain chemistry stabilizes, your tone of voice changes, your reactions slow down, you're more present, you listen more, you think before you speak. These are small things, but they change the entire atmosphere around you. By now, your reflection starts to tell a new story. The swelling in your face has eased, the redness fades. Eyes that once looked dull or tired begin to sparkle with alertness. You can literally see the toxins leaving your body. Every organ that was struggling to keep up with constant intoxication is now breathing again. Your liver is repairing cells, your heart is beating stronger, your blood pressure is settling into a healthier rhythm. The transformation isn't just skin deep. It's happening at a microscopic level every second you stay alcohol-free. And then something even more powerful happens. Clarity turns into focus. The brain, once clouded by the constant presence of alcohol, begins to function at its full potential. You can plan, reason, and create again without that constant static noise in the background. Decision-making feels easier, sharper. You start thinking long-term again about your health, your work, your relationships. The little distractions that used to hijack your attention lose their pull. You have space to think clearly and act intentionally. With this mental clarity comes self-respect. It's not loud or boastful. It's quiet and unshakable. It's the kind of confidence that comes from keeping a promise to yourself day after day. You start to realize that this isn't just about quitting a habit. It's about reclaiming your identity. You're proving to yourself that you can choose your life instead of reacting to it. That confidence radiates outward. It's what makes people around you treat you differently. Not because you've told them to, but because you carry yourself differently. In this third week, even your sense of time shifts. The days no longer blur together. You remember conversations, faces, and moments. You stop counting the hours until your next drink because that countdown has been replaced by something new. Anticipation for real experiences. You notice the taste of food, the warmth of sunlight, the peace of quiet evenings. You laugh and actually feel it. That kind of presence used to require effort, but now it's effortless. Your performance in daily life also begins to change. Whether it's your job, studies, or personal goals, everything starts to click again. The focus and energy that were once swallowed by drinking return full force. People who work in creative fields often say that around this stage, inspiration flows again. For others, productivity skyrockets. You can sit down and actually finish what you start. Your thoughts stay organized. You stop avoiding hard tasks because they don't feel overwhelming anymore. This clarity spills over into your finances too. You notice how much money was slipping through your hands on bottles, bars, hangover meals, and impulsive purchases made in blurred states of mind. Watching your savings grow, or simply realizing how much waste has been cut, gives another layer of satisfaction. You begin to understand that quitting alcohol doesn't just give you back your health, it gives you back your resources, your time, your stability. At this point, around the end of the third week, you might notice how easy it becomes to maintain a routine. Consistency starts to feel natural. You eat better, not because you're forcing yourself to, but because your appetite and blood sugar are stabilizing. The late-night cravings for junk food fade away. You start craving whole meals that fuel your body rather than numb your emotions. And when you nourish yourself properly, everything else strengthens. Mood, focus, patience. The mirror keeps reflecting back a more vibrant version of you. Your skin looks clearer, your posture straighter, your eyes brighter. You begin to carry the look of someone who sleeps well, thinks clearly, and feels grounded. People may even tell you that you look younger, but it's not just appearance, it's vitality. That's what's coming through now. As you cross into the fourth week, the internal transformation accelerates. This is when your body begins to repair itself more deeply. Inside, your liver is regenerating at a cellular level. Hormones begin to rebalance. Testosterone and estrogen find their proper rhythm. Stress hormones drop. Your nervous system starts functioning in harmony again, free from the constant interference of alcohol's chemical roller coaster. You may not be able to see these changes, but you'll feel them in subtle ways. In your calmness, your energy, your steadiness. Your digestive system starts to function better as well. Food is broken down more efficiently. Nutrients finally get absorbed instead of wasted. The body's natural detox processes begin to thrive. Even your skin, hair, and nails benefit from the improved circulation and hydration that come with consistent sobriety. These aren't abstract health improvements. They're visible results that show up in how you move, how you look, and how you feel. The anxiety that used to cloud your thoughts is now a faint shadow. It may flicker here and there, but it no longer defines your days. Your brain's calming system, the one that alcohol once suppressed, is working again. You start to trust yourself in moments of stress. Instead of reaching for a bottle, you breathe, you pause, and you act. That trust is priceless. It means you've built a new kind of safety, one that exists inside you, not in a glass. The cravings for sugar or empty distractions begin to fade as your blood sugar stabilizes. You find yourself wanting balanced meals, steady energy, clean routines. The roller coaster of highs and crashes that defined your days is gone. What replaces it is consistency, a sense that you can handle what's ahead without external crutches. Around this time, the fog that once seemed impossible to escape has fully cleared. Clear-headedness becomes your default setting. You almost forget what it felt like to stumble through days half awake. You no longer have to remind yourself why you quit. Your body reminds you every morning when you wake up rested, strong, and steady. By the time the final week arrives, What once felt like an experiment starts to feel like your real life. You no longer wake up wondering whether you can get through another day without drinking. You already know you can. The craving, the confusion, the constant negotiation between wanting to quit and wanting relief, it's gone. In its place is a steady, quiet strength that didn't exist before. You've proven to yourself that control doesn't come from fighting harder, it comes from choosing differently day after day. The fourth week is when your body truly begins to rebuild. Deep inside, the systems that were dulled and slowed are coming back to full speed. Your liver, once burdened, now filters cleanly and efficiently. The constant inflammation that made you feel puffy or sluggish has started to fade. You wake up without the pressure behind your eyes or the stiffness in your joints. Your circulation improves, your skin tone evens out, and your energy feels clean, not forced, not borrowed, but real. This is your body rediscovering its original rhythm, the one that alcohol disrupted for years. Your mind sharpens even more now. There's a sense of mental space that you may not have felt since childhood. Like a fog has been replaced by sunrise. You think faster, you connect ideas easier, you remember things clearly. The constant background noise in your thoughts, that jittery, anxious hum, has quieted down. You begin to realize how much of your mental capacity was once trapped in a loop of coping, recovering, and regretting. With that loop broken, your attention becomes powerful. You start focusing on creation instead of correction, on building rather than escaping. Emotionally, something profound happens too. Where there used to be a feeling of dullness or numbness, there's now sensitivity. Not the kind that overwhelms, but the kind that makes you present. You actually feel life again. Happiness, sadness, excitement, calm. And because you're feeling it all without drowning any of it out, your emotions begin to balance naturally. You handle stress better. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. Every situation that used to send you running toward distraction becomes an opportunity to grow resilience. By now, your confidence is no longer fragile. It's rooted. You've built it quietly, brick by brick, through each day of choosing clarity. You don't need anyone else to validate it. You don't need to prove it. It exists in how you walk, how you speak, how you decide. You can see it in the mirror, too, in the steady gaze, the calm breath, the hint of pride that wasn't there before. You've earned that look. Something else shifts in this last stretch. Your relationship with time. Days feel longer in the best possible way. Mornings are no longer something to recover from. They're something to look forward to. You realize how much time alcohol once stole. The late nights, the wasted mornings, the forgotten afternoons. Now every hour feels usable again. Every moment feels like it matters. That sense of presence is priceless. At this stage, clarity isn't something that comes and goes. It becomes your baseline. You don't wake up amazed that you feel clear. You wake up expecting it. The new normal is calm alertness. You think about your future with curiosity instead of dread. You start to make plans, real plans, not just dreams you talk about and forget. You begin to see yourself not as someone who quit drinking, but as someone who evolved past the need for it. Confidence in the future grows naturally from this point. It's not the loud kind that shouts, "I've got it all figured out." It's the quiet assurance that you can handle whatever happens next because you've already proven you can face something difficult and win. You've replaced dependency with discipline, chaos with clarity, hesitation with purpose. That's a foundation nothing can take from you. The physical transformation continues too. Inflammation that once distorted your features keeps fading. Your digestive system runs smoothly. The constant fluctuations in blood sugar settle down, making your mood stable throughout the day. You stop craving the extremes, the sugar rushes, the crashes, the quick fixes. You start wanting consistency, nourishment, balance. This biological steadiness mirrors your emotional one. Everything, mind, body, and spirit, begins to synchronize. As your health stabilizes, so does your outlook. You might notice you laugh more easily. You feel light, not in a superficial way, but in a way that makes your days feel effortless. The energy that was once spent battling hangovers or guilt now flows into your goals, your work, your relationships. People notice this energy even before you do. They see someone focused, grounded, steady. They see someone they can trust. And deep down, perhaps for the first time in years, you trust yourself too. That's the greatest gift sobriety gives. Self-trust. The knowledge that you can rely on your own choices, that you won't sabotage yourself for a moment of escape, that you can feel joy without needing to manufacture it, that you can rest without sedation, that you can be social without pretending. Now, as the 30-day mark approaches, the transformation isn't just physical or chemical, it's spiritual. You realize that quitting alcohol was never really about giving something up. It was about rediscovering who you are without it. The real victory isn't that you haven't had a drink in a month. The victory is that you've remembered what life feels like unfiltered, and you like it. The silence that used to feel uncomfortable now feels peaceful. The boredom that used to trigger old habits now feels like opportunity. The emptiness that alcohol tried to fill turns out not to be emptiness at all. It's space. Space for new habits, new dreams, new meaning. This final week is also when gratitude takes root. You start to feel thankful not only for what you've gained, but also for what you've left behind. Thankful that you no longer need to apologize for things you can't remember. Thankful that your mornings belong to you again. Thankful that you're no longer trapped in a cycle of temporary highs and deep lows. You realize that the best part of this entire journey isn't the energy or the clarity. It's the freedom. And here's the truth. Once you experience that freedom, you don't want to lose it. You don't crave the chaos anymore. The idea of drinking again stops feeling tempting and starts feeling absurd. Why would you choose to go back to something that took so much and gave so little? That realization is the turning point. The moment when you stop seeing yourself as someone trying to quit and start seeing yourself as someone who's done, finished, free. The 30 days may be over, but the real story begins here. Because now, every day that follows is a chance to deepen what you've built. It's not about being perfect or never struggling. It's about staying aware, staying connected, and continuing to choose yourself. You've done something extraordinary. You've taken control of the one thing that quietly ruled your life for too long. You've reclaimed your health, your mind, your peace, and your potential. So, as you step beyond this month, remember what these 30 days have shown you. Your body knows how to heal, your mind knows how to focus, and your spirit knows how to rise. Keep feeding that strength. Keep protecting that clarity. Because this isn't just a temporary phase. It's the beginning of a life fully awake, fully present, and fully yours. Rediscover.